defeats the purpose. If the purpose is to regulate consumption, but then here, if you say we have to produce, all our drinks and package them in above 500 milliliters packages, are you not encouraging more consumption? So if we are encouraging more consumption, is that...
Members, let's have some order. Let the presenter proceed.
Is that the spirit of the bill? Now, this is just an example. This is the 500, yeah? And so this is the minimum of 200 that we are actually permitted to produce. Minimum, this is the minimum. So this is 500. So 500, unless you're telling me that you want somebody, and this is about 37% alcohol content. So if we are packaging our drinks in this kind of volumes, what is going to happen to this nation? So we want to encourage smaller packages so that we can encourage people to drink responsibly, to drink with care, with tomorrow in mind. And also the other key thing is that all our premium brands, where is the Nile? I was looking for, okay, Nile Special is here, fine. But these are some of our premium brands. All of them are packaged in 300 or 350 ml. Now, if we are to change and package everything probably in less than 500, then it becomes a bit tricky because we are going to then change the entire value chain. Our production lines have to completely change because we have to then get new packaging materials. So I think we need to be encouraged to pack even lower quantities to wean off consumers from illicit, because this bottle, not everybody can actually afford it, So if we start packaging in higher quantities and a bigger bottle, that means the unit cost will also go high. And what will happen? People will be driven back to illicit, so we'll not know what people are drinking. That's why we're encouraging, we would like government to encourage us to even package in smaller quantities, packaging proper, regulated, and checked alcohol, so that then the health of our people is in check. That aside, as I conclude, we have the prohibition of sale. But before I leave that point, UNBS is already handling the supervision, and they come to check what we are packaging and all that. So we believe that that packaging aspect should be left to UNBS to deal. And also the one on plastics bottles, there's prohibition on packaging, importing, or selling alcoholic drinks in sachets. Some of us call it sachets. So plastic prescribed by the minister as well. So the thing is, we no longer package in sachets, and that is a matter that has already been solved. So the only other matter is on plastic bottles, but again, the Weights and Measures Act of 2020 permits us to package the drinks in plastic bottles. So, Chair, as I conclude, only one point, on prohibition of sale of alcoholic drinks without certification mark. We're not quite sure why this is coming in here, because UNBS is already doing the supervision, and so we would request that UNBS continues with their mandate. And then finally is the transition period for compliance of 12 months. Looking at all the requests, all the prohibitions that we've talked about, if we are to change, everything will have to change in our value chain, like I said earlier. The infrastructure will change. The production system will also change. So there's no way 12 months can be sufficient for us to move and comply with the law. So this period is insufficient, particularly for compliance with packaging requirements and health warning notices. So our proposal is that in the event, and I repeat, in the event that this bill passes, we pray that we amend the transition period from 12 months to at least 36 to 48 months, So in conclusion, Madam Chair, we have those proposals that we have also proposed the anti-illicit trade provisions that I may not necessarily run through now unless members would like me to run through them. But we have proposed the measures to prevent illicit trade in the alcoholic drinks, and we have also come up with a model bill just for your humble perusal and consideration if you find it ideal, but we believe that is for the good of the sector and the nation at large. And so in conclusion, Madam Chair and honorable members, I just wanted to mention that it is so critical that the government applies the right level of focus to curbing a significant problem of illicit trade, because illicit, we know it creates an unfair playing field for legitimate alcohol players, since those involved, of course, do not pay taxes or have to comply with prescribed production standards. But also, the regulatory imbalance, Madam Chair, it actually threatens legal investors and could ultimately drive them away to countries that are more protective of legitimate investment. We have prepared that submission that I shared that is in the same pack and the model bill for your consideration. So for now, Madam Chair, we are saying it's not all gloom for the sector. We have a significant contribution we make, apart from relaxation, entertainment, and enabling celebrations. We also make a significant contribution to the country. I submit.
Thank you,
Madam Chair, just
Uganda Alcohol Industry Association, for your presentation to this committee.